There are two types of people in this world. Those who drizzle sriracha on everything, eggs, pizza, noodles, even popcorn, and those who scream for water after a single drop touches their tongue. Whichever camp you're in, there's no denying one fact. This bright red, garlicky chili sauce has taken over the planet. You'll find it in restaurants, pantries, fast food chains, and even on t-shirts and tattoos. But here's the real mystery. How did a humble hot sauce born from leftover chilies and a refugee's dream become one of the most beloved condiments in the world? And why do people panic buy it like toilet paper during a shortage? Grab a spoon, or maybe a glass of milk, because we're turning up the heat on the story of Sriracha right here on History of Food. Before Sriracha became a household name, it was just a simple sauce made in a small coastal town in Thailand called Sriracha. In the 1930s, a woman named Thanom Chakapak whipped up a spicy, tangy chili sauce to serve with seafood for her family. It was a bold mix of red chilies, vinegar, sugar, salt, and garlic, a perfect blend of heat and flavor. Locals loved it. Restaurants started serving it. Eventually, Thanom bottled and sold it under the name Sriracha Panik. It was a staple in Thai kitchens, but still a local treasure, not an international sensation. Enter David Tran, a Vietnamese-Chinese immigrant who fled Vietnam by boat in the late 1970s. He landed in the United States with almost nothing. No English, no business degree, and no idea he'd soon spark a global food revolution. Back home, Tran had been making chili sauces for street food vendors, and he decided to continue that passion in America. In 1980, he founded a small company in Los Angeles called Fong Foods and started producing his own version of Sriracha, inspired by the original Thai sauce, but adjusted for broader tastes. Tran's sauce was hotter, thicker, and more garlicky, and he bottled it in clear plastic squeeze bottles with a bright green cap and a bold red rooster on the label, a nod to the year of his birth in the Chinese zodiac. The now iconic packaging wasn't a marketing gimmick. It was simple, cheap, and practical. Here's the kicker. He never trademarked the name Sriracha. That's right. Anyone can make a product and call it Sriracha. But even without legal protection, Fong sauce became the Sriracha everyone wanted. Unlike most successful food brands, Sriracha's rise didn't come from expensive advertising or flashy campaigns. Tran didn't spend a single dollar on marketing. Instead, the sauce spread the old-fashioned way, by word of mouth. It started in Vietnamese pho shops and Asian grocery stores in California. Then chefs and foodies discovered it. They started drizzling it on tacos, eggs, burgers, and even ice cream. Food bloggers called it liquid gold, and celebrity chefs began sneaking it into fine dining recipes. By the 2000s, Sriracha wasn't just a condiment. It was a movement. People were putting it on everything, wearing Sriracha shirts and getting Sriracha tattoos. It had transcended food and become a cultural icon. So, why are people so obsessed with this sauce? It's not just because it's spicy. In fact, part of Sriracha's genius is that it's balanced. It's not a one-note hot sauce that burns your mouth and calls it a day. The combination of chili heat, tangy vinegar, sweet sugar, and savory garlic hits multiple taste receptors at once. That complex flavor profile makes it addictive. Plus, the capsaicin in chilies, the compound that makes them hot, triggers endorphins, the brain's feel-good chemicals. That's why you might crave more even when your mouth is on fire. It's also remarkably versatile. Sriracha doesn't just add spice, it enhances flavor without overpowering it. It's equally at home on sushi, fried chicken, pizza, or a bowl of mac and cheese. That universality is part of why it conquered the world. In 2023, Sriracha lovers got a harsh reminder of just how addicted they were. A severe drought in Mexico devastated chili pepper crops, leading to a global Sriracha shortage. Shelves were empty. Prices skyrocketed online. Some people were selling bottles for over $50 on eBay. The scarcity only added to the sauce's mythos. News outlets covered the shortage as if it were a national crisis. Social media exploded with people showing off their emergency stashes. And when production finally resumed, fans treated those green-capped bottles like treasure. Sriracha's influence now stretches far beyond the sauce aisle. It's inspired everything from Sriracha-flavored chips and popcorn to Sriracha vodka and even Sriracha-themed lip balm. Yes, that's a real thing. Fast food chains created limited-edition Sriracha burgers and dipping sauces. Entire cookbooks are dedicated to recipes featuring it. It has even become a symbol of culinary creativity, proof that bold, global flavors are now an integral part of everyday cooking. A condiment that started in Southeast Asia was perfected by a refugee in California and is now beloved in kitchens from New York to Nairobi. That's globalization on a plate. There's no shortage of hot sauces out there, from Louisiana-style classics like Tabasco to fiery ghost pepper blends that taste like edible lava. But Sriracha carved out a unique space. It's not about being the hottest. It's about flavor. It's approachable enough for spice beginners, but complex enough to keep seasoned chili heads interested. And because it pairs well with practically anything, it's less of a niche product and more of a pantry staple. In other words, Sriracha isn't competing with other hot sauces. It's redefining what a hot sauce can be. Here's the twist you probably didn't expect. Sriracha's story isn't just about food. It's about resilience, resourcefulness, and the immigrant experience. David Tran didn't just make a condiment, he built a cultural bridge. Without flashy marketing, without trademarking the name, and without ever compromising his recipe, he created something that united people across borders and cuisines. Today, Sriracha isn't just a brand, it's a global language of flavor. So, how did a humble hot sauce become a global obsession? It started with a home kitchen recipe in Thailand, was reimagined by a refugee in California, and spread around the world one spoonful at a time. It's beloved because it's more than spicy. It's bold, balanced, and deeply human. And here's the real kicker. Even though anyone can make a Sriracha, there's still only one true Sriracha in the hearts and stomachs of millions, the one with the rooster on the bottle and the story that proves great things can come from humble beginnings. So the next time you reach for that bottle and drizzle a little fire onto your food, remember, you're not just adding hot sauce, you're adding a legacy, one that started small, spread fast, and shows no signs of cooling down. If you enjoyed this video, please check out our other bingeable channels. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution.